Can you hear me? Oh, don't tell me you can't hear me. Ashley, you can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope that means you can hear me okay.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, good.
Go. This side never wants to stay curled. Can you tell?
Oh. Okay, do I hear any feedback? Yeah.
This side never wants to stay curled. Can you tell?
Why is it doing that?
Is it still doing it? No.
I don't hear it
I
now.
had to have Facebook open to link the two. So, my big time. We're probably live right now.
Fantastic.
It's 8 o'clock.
My house is going to be so noisy between my pets and those kids. All our guys are traveling. My husband's in DC. James's dad's in Texas, and the other brother's in Japan. So I'm trying to hold down the entire fort.
We're live. FYI. I think Jackie's here. All right. You have 2 people watching. The headphones are going on. Hey, Jackie! Okay.
Twyla's on twice.
Jackie, did you cut your hair?
Isn't that cute?
Oh, I love it. Super cute.
All right, guys. So we are live in our Hangout. As you can see, we're a little bit insane and we just make things happen. So to start this off, if we can do this, anybody can. I like to tell people that because we usually have no idea what we're doing, but together we make it work and together we're stronger. So it's always like an insane circus that makes sense, right? Our big dysfunctional family. So you guys are here to hang out with us. We can't see you, but underneath this live presentation that you guys are seeing on the page, if you are listening and at some point you're like, ooh, I have a question, please go ahead and type it out right there, and we will go back at the end and we will cover all those questions. Don't worry, we will not skip you. We will not miss you. Don't think that we don't see you. We don't see you right now. But maybe we're a little bit nervous, and so that's good that we don't see you and your comments. But we want to go ahead and get started and honor your time. We know that we have people from all time zones, even some in the UK. Okay, some in the UK who are already asleep, and they will watch this tomorrow. But that's kind of the beauty of what we do, is we are an international company, an international group, and we work together. And we, like I said, we make it work no matter the time zone. If you're in Canada, if you're in the United States, if you are in the UK, or for me and for others on this team, if you are military and if you have an APO all over the world, you're able to be a Beachbody coach because you are a U.S. citizen or, U.S. citizen, and you're just stationed somewhere else. So all that business out of the way, I'll go ahead and just introduce myself. I went live and I welcomed you guys earlier, but my name is Lauren Duke. And I'm going to give you my real quick, hey, who am I? I am mom to Taylor, who is 17, mom to Jackson, who is 14, wife to Chris, 20 years this year. What? Crazy. I'm still a baby. I know. How did it happen? I don't look old enough. Thank you. Stop. But we are a military family. I have lost count of how many times we have moved. I could probably add it up, but that's okay. That's just life for us. And so for me, I grew up obese. I have asthma. Steroids were the drug of choice for me, but I couldn't exercise and I was just constantly sick. Fast forward, I decided to take matters into my own hands because I was sick of being called fat, chubby. I was sick of being left out and made fun of. And so I decided to change my diet because I knew what I was doing. And I actually ended up becoming severely, how can you be severely or not severely, just anorexic. I was so small and so frail and so sick that doctors told me I would never have children. So we have 2 miracle babies. And then I had wrecked my body beyond repair. A lot of issues going on in here, lack of confidence and all that. So as I got older, I decided to get my life together. I met my husband and was able to have kids. And I started to embrace this idea of fitness because I'd never been able to do anything as a kid. And I started to learn more about food. And I decided to explore this idea of being healthy and challenging myself and doing fitness programs and trying new things. And so when the opportunity that we're going to share with you tonight came, I already knew what Beachbody programs were. I had seen the P90X infomercials. I had seen Insanity. I had done Turbo Jam because somebody shared it with me, and I knew they worked. I knew this stuff was legit because I had so many people around me who had purchased the program, who had used it. A lot of people who said they never opened it and it sat on the shelf for years and years, and I should probably do that. And then there was me, and I just knew that I believed in these things because I had used them myself to lose baby weight. My husband had used P90X as a way to stay fit as a Spec Ops pilot, and this was just something that made sense to me. I did not understand the community of people behind the scenes that had formed loving these programs. So the company started when Carl Deichler and John Condon, the CEO, said, oh my gosh, all these people are loving these programs and they're starting these chat groups. They are sharing their own experiences and they're helping other people. I mean, these were people who were giving their own time. They weren't being paid. They were doing it out of the goodness of their heart and just sharing, hey man, I did this with this workout, or I tweaked that, nutrition this way and this worked really great for me. Or check out here, you can get a pull-up bar from this place. It was the stuff that we share every day with one another, that we would share just to help somebody else. They were doing it freely. So the CEO and the president of the company said, kind of like this idea of the people who actually use the programs being the consultants, the representatives. And that's where the coaching network started. It's been around for 11 years now, I believe. And it's taken on like wildfire. But just to answer one question, is the market saturated? Absolutely not. You guys, there are people I talk to every day who are wanting what we have, who are looking for solutions, looking for freedom, looking for a place where they can grow, where they can be encouraged, where they can be built up, where they can have a safe place to voice concerns, where they can say, I need to start working out and taking care of my health, but I don't even know where to get started. So we can help them. Fast forward from those free chat groups to being an independent Team Beachbody coach, where you're sharing your experience, your love of people, your knowledge, and helping them get started, running those groups. But now as coaches, we earn a commission. So just to finish, I was looking for community. I found it. I didn't know that community would spread and stretch and grow into the family, a small representation right here on this screen that you see right now. But you guys, it's become the most incredible blessing of my life for myself, for my family. On days when I don't have my crap together, I know that I have a family, a sisterhood, who get it. They get me. And we come from all walks of life, all backgrounds, all histories. But we have one thing in common. We truly love what we do, and on the good days and the bad days, we know that we've been called to this. And we know that this is where we're supposed to be. And when it's hard, we show up. When it's exciting, we show up. We share, we celebrate. And when we have goals, we run alongside one another and we support each other. And so, like I said, 6 years, and just to throw out some numbers, this is a very real opportunity. So I want to just put that out there for you guys if you're having questions. It's a very real income and a very real opportunity that very truthfully changes lives, physically, financially. I'm looking at the faces here, and I just know some of the things that this opportunity has done for each of these ladies, and you may have heard them this week. But for me, it's erased our debt. It's allowed us to have savings. It's allowed us to pay cash to send our kids to camp. That was huge because I cried when I put it on my credit card the first year, and I knew I was going to have to work my butt off to pay it off, and now I pay cash. It has allowed us to travel. It has allowed us to dream bigger because we can see what's possible. And it's allowed some freedom for us as we approach milestones in our life, like husband separating for the Air Force, daughter going to college, son driving. Those kind of things were scary and they were stressors, and now they're just exciting because I know what is possible from what I do from home in the pockets of time that I have with this amazing group and this amazing team that we have, that anything is possible. It's totally possible. And you're going to hear some stories tonight. You're going to hear and have your questions answered. So my job was to welcome you. I hope that I did that. And Amy gets to talk to you about community, which I touched on just a little bit. But as you'll see, we each have our own unique experiences that we're going to be sharing with you guys. So maybe you're going to connect more with one person, but we are all one big team. Okay, Amy, go ahead.
Hi, you guys. My name's Amy Ackerson. I am from Southern California, and I know Lauren from when her and her husband lived out here when her husband was stationed out at Edwards. So that's how we connected. I'm going to be honest with you, she tried to get me involved with Beachbody for not 1 year, but 2 years, and I kept on telling her no, no, no. But when it came down to it, it wasn't that I was saying no to the opportunity. I was saying no because I feared not being good enough. I feared not being able to complete something. I feared in my own, my just totally, out of my comfort zone to begin with. And I do not like change. I mentioned that in my video this past week. I struggle with change, and this whole opportunity was something that felt like, oh my gosh, I don't think that I am capable of doing it. But I've learned through this I've been coaching for 4 years, that it takes a network of people to get you to where you need to be with your goals. And this community of ladies and men, more so I connect with the ladies, has turned my world around. I didn't have a close group of girls that, I would go out and do girls' night out with, or, I couldn't call up or just have that special time and share special events with. But this group of ladies have really just been the glue that has kept me together. I would always start something but never finish it. I've been here for 4 years, and I can honestly say it's because of these women here on this page and on our team page. They are uplifting. They are encouragers. They are the first ones if someone's sick, if someone's going through a hard time, if someone is struggling with something, they are the first ones to inbox you, call you, connect with you, send a card, send, whatever it is, a present in the mail. It's just a group of ladies that I honestly would say they are my closest friends now. And they have my back. They are the most loyal people that you'll ever meet in your life. They've just, when you hear women sharpening women, this is truly our legacy on our team. We really sharpen each other and make each other stronger. I call it my safe zone. When I'm struggling with something, or if I'm having a good day or a bad day, I can go to our team page, and it's positive. It's so positive. I call it the positive outlet because there's no negativity. There's just no, and another thing is it's Christian based. We are all have faith, and we all share that with each other. And that was the one thing that drew me in, was just the Christian atmosphere that just uplifted, and that you could just feel God's presence in our team. We also do have amazing events that we go to, that we get to meet up and share things with. January, we go to our team retreat, And I love to travel. I've always wanted to be a travel agent, but my husband hates to fly, and he does not like me flying. But that was the one thing that I was attracted to too, is that you get to travel when you're a Beachbody coach. There's in January we do our team retreat. We get to meet up and be treated like queens, and in a house that you would just never even imagine that this really exists. We share, amazing testimonies that have gone on the past year. We pray for each other. We just encompass, each other. And then also there's our big team event that we do. It's called Summit, that we get to travel. I've been to 2 in Vegas. One in Vegas, 2 in Nashville, and then I missed last year's, and then this year we're headed to Indianapolis. So it's just a great way to, if you love to travel, you get to see different parts of the world, or the different parts of the country. And then you also get to meet up with these fabulous ladies. Some of these girls just came back from Mexico. They earned a free all-inclusive trip to Mexico. And I earned it, but my husband, again, doesn't like to travel. So he's like, yeah, we're not going. I'm like, okay. So, but their pictures were just absolutely amazing. And just, again, community. You get to be there and support each other and share those fun memories together. And then, of course, there's leadership that you get if you earn, that you can go to that too. So, and not to mention just all the wisdom that's poured into you when you become a coach. You're never alone. There's always people, again, right beside you, your community of people that will just help you. And you have a question, it's answered. You're never alone. So when I think of community, I think of Thrive, because they are always right by my side.
I'm going to cry. Like, we're just going to call it right now that Lauren cries. So just get ready for it, everybody. Amy just has the sweetest heart, and it's really cool to see everybody's personalities and gifts. Who are the encouragers? Who are the words of affirmation? That's Amy. There's the physical touch. They're the huggers. Well, I guess that's Amy too. What isn't Amy? Gifts, acts of service. So on our team, we can see that and how it's all woven together. And it's just the coolest thing. I remember one of my sweet coaches, Janelle Penner, a few years ago, she said, what a unique thing to be in a group of women where you're not trying to tear one another down every day. She said it's so rare, because she'd only been around that environment. And she's like, this is so unique that we're building one another up. We're not in competition with one another. We understand that together we're stronger. So I know you guys are already thinking it. Is it free? What about the money? Like, how do I get started? There's always an objection when it comes to getting started. So Miss Jackie is going to cover that. I will be quiet now.
There. Okay. I have to follow Amy. Come on. So I'm talking about the money objection, which, that's probably the number one objection that people have, is they don't want to invest the money. Notice how I said the word invest and not expense. To me, and I'm looking at my notes because otherwise I'm going to be all over the place. An expense to me is something that's frivolous, not necessary. But investment is something you're getting something back in return. So with coaching, not only are you investing in the business side and you're going to get a profit from that, but you're investing in your health to improve your health. And what's more important than your health? I guess backstory for me, when I was approached to do the coaching opportunity, I had just had a house fire 6 months before, and was living in a rental house. We were living paycheck to paycheck. It was not the perfect time to say the least. We had to do a benefit we didn't have to do a benefit. Our family did a benefit for us because we didn't have enough not life insurance, oh my God, homeowners insurance. So we had to take out multiple loans. So when this opportunity was thrown at me, it was kind of it's not the right time at all. But there was also something about it that I kind of felt like it was something I was meant to do. Something was calling me to do this. Kind of like Amy said, we're all kind of faith-driven in this team. So it's kind of exactly what I needed in that moment. So I talked with my husband, and we both decided we had to figure out that investment, that it wasn't really an expense, that we would be getting something back in return. And I've gotten back so much in return. Like Amy said, the friendships, I'm going to my first summit this year. I've been a coach for 3 years now, and this is going to be my first summit. So I'm like crazy excited. I could actually cry about it. Just in the free swag that we get, the little things, like I get so much more in return than that little investment that I put up over 3 years ago. I guess I'm a firm believer in, if you want something bad enough, you're gonna figure it out. It's kind of like that other. We have two objections I think we hear a lot. One is money. Another one is time. And I'm gonna give it to you straight kind of gal. I am married with 2 boys. I work a full-time job as a teaching assistant for emotionally disturbed kids. I do massages on the side, and I do this on the side. So yeah, the whole time thing I kind of think is BS, but that's beside the point. Like I said, I'm a no nonsense kind of gal. So I guess the main thing of what I'm saying is you might not think you have the money, but can you dial back some of the things for a little bit? You don't have to stop at Dunkin' Donuts every day on your way to work. Do you really need those leggings? Do you have to go to Target and spend $200 on whatever that you don't really need? You figure it out. If this is something that's going to benefit you and your family, you figure it out. Wasn't the opportune time for me, but it was the opportune time for me. I guess that's it. You figure it out. You kind of figure out as far as the money, and I think I was just looking at my notes again, and it's the same thing that Lauren said about the time, and you figure out in little pockets of your day that you figure out when to get that business part in there. That's all I've got, Lauren.
No, I love it. I love it because what you said was so good. If you want something badly enough, you're gonna make it happen. I mean, I've watched my kids. If they want something, they will bug us to no end, or they will go after it, or they will save their own money. You have to understand, when you want something badly enough, you will go to no length. There is no length to no limit to the length you'll go to, or no length to the limit I'm getting that all mixed up. You don't look at me like I'm crazy. You will go to the ends of the earth to make it happen. It's not a wish, it's a want. And also what you said, Jackie, about being an investment. Because I think what people miss is that you are your biggest investment. We only get one of these, right? We're given one body, and we're giving one lifetime. And we're making an investment in our health. We're making an investment in our futures. And that's important. You have to put yourself first, because you are the only person who's going to take care of you. We're called as women, as moms, if you're a mom, if you're a fur mom too, we're called to take care of these other people in our lives, and we do that. But we're also called to fulfill dreams and desires and things that we feel within ourselves. Like, if you feel like you're supposed to do more, but you're not quite sure what, this may be the exact opportunity you're looking for. And like Jackie said, you might be like, it's not a good time. Well, when is a good time to invest in you? Always. You might not think it's the best time, but this is being offered to you right now. And for whatever reason, perhaps it is the perfect time, and you've just got to walk into that and own it. All right, Ashley, I could just blabber on forever. Y'all know this, because I get excited. I'm really excited to hear from sweet little Ashley, because she's going to talk about the journey and helping and maybe the fear of putting yourself out there.
Well, thanks for the introduction, but I don't know that I'm that exciting. So thanks to Lauren. My name is Ashley Taylor. I have been a coach now for just a little over 2 years. So I think I'm like the baby in the group. I think I've been here the shortest amount of time, but that's okay. So I, like the other ladies, this all just kind of fell into my life at the perfect time. And it was kind of like the perfect storm, if you will. It seemed like the worst possible timing that it could have ever happened. And I was the most lost I feel like I had ever been. And when my coach had approached me, she was like, I know it's scary, but just give it a chance. And I did one of these little sneak peek into coaching, and every ounce of me was like, no, you can't do this. But there was this little tiny voice in the back of my head that was like, just give it a try. Come on, just do it. So I just decided to jump, and I did. And I went into it for me, and it turned into something so much more than I could have ever imagined. So I want to touch a little bit just on the fear of putting yourself out there, because I'm the queen of this. I kind of shared a little bit of my story earlier in the week on my other video, and I came from a very interesting background. I lost my mom very early in my life. I bounced from friend's house to friend's house until I ended up in college, and then I became a college dropout because I just didn't feel like I fit there either. I got pregnant with my son very early. I then moved from Ohio 10 hours away because I just felt like if I was going to do it, I had to do it, and I had to make myself stand up and do it. So I left everything I knew to become a mom in a foreign place, and I just made it work. We all have a past, and we all have where we come from, and there's things that, we're not proud of. And I was terrified to put myself out there and to share my story. I felt like there's no way anybody's going to connect with me. There's no way people are going to want to hear from me. They're going to look at this girl and be like, okay, so you're a college dropout who's working 2 jobs, and then you pick up this extra thing and you want us to take advice from you. That was how I felt about it. And I was like, there's no flipping way anybody's going to want to hear what I have to say. But like I said, I went into it and I was just like, this is for me. And it was placed into my life for a reason. And if I can just help one other person, then that'll be enough. Because for me, it was never about business building or anything like that. It was just about fixing me and sharing that. And I started with very few friends on Facebook. I had no idea how to run Instagram. I was very confused. I think at that point I had like my personal Instagram page, but I never used it because I didn't have anybody following me, and I didn't understand it. And I just started little by little. I started sharing my things about my workouts that I was loving, things about personal development that I was loving. And it was crazy because I kept having these people who would reach out and they were like, what is this that you're doing? Because you seem so much different. It seems like something has changed in you. What has changed? And it wasn't necessarily the outside. I hadn't had this like huge physical transformation or anything like that, but they could see that this dark cloud that had kind of been over me for a while was like lifting. And even the other day I had somebody reach out to me and they were like, through everything, the one thing I love is that you always have a smile on your face. Even on your bad days, even when you're posting about, the other day I posted about how I got a flat tire on a Monday, and I was like, really, Monday? Thanks. But I couldn't help but smile because I was like, hey, just roll with it. You got to do what you got to do. And that's the thing. People have this preconceived notion of what we're supposed to be as Beachbody coaches and how we're supposed to be happy all the time, and we're supposed to share the highlight reel, and they think that our lives are the highlight reel, but they're not. We're real people. We have real struggles. We go through real day-to-day life. And that's what people connect with. They connect with you because you're real and you're relatable. And they want to see the authentic side of you. They want to see the struggles. They want to see that you are just like them. I mean, it's easy for somebody like me, even who has been in, you know, the business for a couple of years. I look at some of the top coaches and I'm like, wow, they seem almost like superheroes. You know, you put them like on this like pedestal almost, but then you have to remind yourself that they're just real people and they have bad days and they go through stuff too. And, you know, getting to where they were was nothing but hard work, some grit, some dedication, and just really, you know, putting in the time and really putting themselves out there. So as scary as it is to share that, there's something truly liberating about it too. And being able to connect with people on a completely different level. It's been kind of crazy to see. I mean, I still work full time. I'm a soccer mom. I am a race wife. We're constantly busy. We're constantly on the go. I don't always, every day doesn't look the same. I don't get to sit down every single day and work my business for an hour like I would like to, or, you know, have the ideal schedule that doesn't blow up because things happen. And that's okay, because that's my life and I roll with it and people connect with that. They're like, wow, if you could do it, I guess I probably could too. So, you know, sometimes it's just all about putting yourself out there, as scary as it is, and realizing that that's what makes you you. And this team has been incredible because through every step of the way, they've always encouraged me to share my story. It was nothing to be ashamed of. It was nothing to be afraid of. And here I am on this live panel because little Miss Lauren said, I think you could do it. So here I am.
And she did great. I mean, hello, she rolled with it, like she said. And I think Ashley had her biggest week ever recently as far as paycheck.
It was last week, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying, girlfriend is doing some crazy stuff. So I'm super proud of her. And that's really exciting to hear, you know, when someone like Ashley, like Carrie, like Twyla, like Jackie, like Amy, like everybody else who is on this page, when you decide to go all in and you just start to believe in yourself, and like she said, that cloud is lifted and people start to see your joy, and they connect with you and they were like, you're a real person. Okay, now I want to do what you're doing because I see that it's changing you in a good way. And I'm not talking about how you're a size whatever and you're fitting into some really cute jeans. I'm talking about you as a person are inspiring me. And I want more of that because I think that just shines out of this and people connect with that. So one of my favorites, I have lots of favorites on our team, you know, because we're all kind of awesome. But I got to see Twyla in Mexico this last week, and this chick inspires me more than I could ever say. There it is. There it is. There's the tear. And I love hearing from her because I can learn a lot from her. And she's going to talk to you about how she's been sharing, building her business on social media. And it goes kind of along with what Ashley was saying about how you share it all. So I'll leave it at that and let you take it.
Okay, well, I kind of related to a lot of what Ashley said, but so I did a video earlier today, so I don't want to repeat a lot of it, but I've been a coach for 4 years. I've been actively working it for about 3 now. I'm a military wife as well, and we have 3 girls. One is now a teenager. And both of us are from Oklahoma. Rocky and I are both from Oklahoma. We were in Arkansas for 13 years, so we consider that home. And then we just moved to Illinois a few months ago. So there's a lot that's been going on, and it's been a struggle to move, but this community that I have now has helped me so much. Like, as soon as we got here, I just finished my last round of radiation, and then my husband had already been here, but then he had to deploy, and 0 people checked on me from here, like 0 people from our base, from our new church. nobody. So where I could have hit a really, really low point, I didn't. It was actually one of the best deployments that we've had, even though we were going through all that stuff because of this team. So that's been a huge thing for me. But I'm going to talk about social media tonight. And it's funny because I did not have social media and I'm teaching on it tonight. And so whenever I first started, I didn't have Facebook. Rocky had Facebook, and then I kind of jumped on his Facebook and we shared an account for a while. And then Lauren told me that was a no-no. And no. So anyway, I kind of took over that, and then I didn't have Instagram. I didn't know anything about any of the stuff that I'm going to be talking about tonight. But I was terrified just to kind of put me out there because of us being military, and I wanted to protect the girls and, all of that. But there's ways around that, because I know I get a lot of that with people saying they don't want to share and stuff because they want to protect their family. And there's definitely ways that you can do that where it's totally safe, because I'm very protective over that. But anyway, I looked back at some of my YouTube videos from when I first started. We were through a training, and Lauren had asked us to do like some YouTube videos and share our story. And I just watched them last week, and I laughed really hard because it was so awful. And I was scared to death. And even though I'm super, I still get nervous like doing this and everything, but each step, like it molds you and helps you to grow. And we have trainings that we help you with, and like you're not just thrown out to the wolves and be like, you got to do all this stuff. Like, I mean, you're gonna learn all about it. And each time you do it, you're gonna get better and you're gonna get more confident. So anyway, it's exciting because we don't have to go to a store every day. We don't have to go out and, stock our shelves and all that. Like, our social media is our storefront. So that is where we post about, we share life. Our IG stories is really popular right now, which I love because you can kind of share more life things throughout the day. And you don't have to think of this like awesome post with every single picture. It's a lot easier. It's fun. People enjoy them. They're all over it. And then you can just do a couple of posts on your wall and actually have it more meaningful. And so it's exciting because you can, get a little deeper, connect with people while you're sharing your stuff. And it gets easier every time you do it. Like I said, if you can talk to your hand, you can do a quick video for 15 seconds and post it. You can do a selfie and share. We share our workouts. We share little clips of our workouts. We just share our daily life and connect with people and share our struggles. And one of the struggles that I'm going through and have been going through for a while is this cancer that I shared a little bit about earlier. And I've now had it 3 times, and we don't know what's happening now, but there's a couple of new spots. So, we just kind of put it on the back burner for a little bit with Rocky just getting home from his deployment before we deal with all of that again. But with all of that, I have a platform now to share to help other people. And it's just been really amazing to be able to reach out. And it might not be cancer that you're going through, but everybody has a struggle. And it's just been amazing to be able to share my story and share what I'm going through, but that I can still get up and fight hard to, be a better person every day. And the attraction that I've got through that, just sharing life. Of course, I'm attracting thyroid cancer patients as well, but I have so many other people that are just having difficulties in their life and health issues and military families and stuff. And just by putting myself out there and being vulnerable, they come to me. So it's really exciting because every day you get to add new friends. You get to actually truly connect with them. And just like all of you on this page, like I met you through social media. And some of you I've never met before in my life, but I feel connected with you more than people that I do see every day. And then whenever you do get with these people in face to face, it's just absolutely incredible. Just like we were talking about the trip that we just came off of. I mean, it's just unreal that you get to do that with these people that you met from doing social media. So we add our friends every day. We, grow a relationship with them, a true relationship, posting on or commenting on their pages, talking on their messenger, commenting on photos, whatever. It doesn't take a lot of time. I mean, you can knock it out in a little bit of every day. And then we share our, our shakes, we share our performance line, we share workouts, and that's accountability for us too. And then on those groups, we have private groups that we share And that's where we run our challenge groups at. We also have an app, and it's all private. And then we share our life, and then we invite. We send out a few invites a day, and that's how you grow your business. It's really not complicated. A lot of people overcomplicate it. And that's as easy as it gets. And like I said, we'll teach you everything you need to know. And you're not going to be alone through any of it. And we have tons of training. And each step of the way gets a little bit easier as you grow. And you don't have to have your before and after immediately. Like, people are more attracted to the journey that you're on. So a lot of people hesitate and say, well, I'm not a fitness coach, or I don't know a lot about nutrition. You don't have to know that. Like, people are attracted to you along the way and along the journey. So anyway, I think that's about all I have to share.
I could listen to you forever. Such expertise, actually, but I will say that none of us started out knowing what the heck we were doing. It's funny to think back 6 years for me and think that I jumped blindly because I was just attracted to community and knew that the company had something to do with fitness. That was it. I knew nothing else. And it was what I was craving. I was craving a place where I fit in and craving a place that would move with me. Because for some of these ladies, and maybe you too, you get it. When you move as often as we have, it's really hard to make true connections before you move on. People don't want to get close to you. You don't want to put yourself too much out there because it's going to hurt to leave. I didn't have to worry about that every time we moved. And I don't have to worry about that every time life changes, because this team, these people, this community is there for me whenever. Similar to Twyla, we just went through a year-long deployment, and it was horrific to do that alone. And people are like, how do you do that? How are you doing? And I'm like, I'm great. Because when I was here working, investing in people, having conversations, making new friends, having a purpose, setting, hours for myself, and actually physically, emotionally helping people change their lives and step into their purpose and their strength, and finding all of those things from my home, my phone, grocery store. I mean, you can work your business wherever you are. I've listened to podcasts and done personal development while walking the aisles of our Publix. I've sat in pickup lines and had conversations with people who just wanted to get on the phone and get some advice. I've set up calls and done video chats and just done little voice memos to encourage people who are having a bad day. And you know what that does? It fills me up, and it helps me have more to pour out to other people. So maybe you're here and you're like, well, this is all great, but how would I even get started? You're talking about income and growing and finding your purpose, and talking about social media and finding your tribe and the money objection, everything that we've talked about, and just putting yourself out there. It sounds like a lot. I get it. But it starts with you. I started with a program called Brazil Butt Lift. All right, let's just get real here. I had specific goals, and that was the program that was going to help me get there, and it did. And then it helped me gain confidence to try a new program, and it was challenging. And then I had confidence to try a new program called Asylum, Insanity Asylum. I was one of those who was like, I will never do those insanity workouts because they are crazy. And there I was, busting it out and showing up every day and getting stronger and stronger. And I earned the t-shirt. Yes, I did. Because when you finish a program, you earn a t-shirt. So I was so proud of myself. And what blossomed out of that wasn't just physical strength, but mental and emotional strength to say, oh, look what I just did. I just completed that. I just did what I couldn't do last week. What else can I do that I didn't think I could do yesterday, last week, last year? So you start with you. This journey starts with you investing, we've heard that word before already tonight, in yourself. What's really cool about Beachbody is we have a digital platform. It is literally available to you, all of the workouts the Beachbody has ever come out with, plus the new fitness programs that are going to be coming out within the next year. I'm going to show you really quickly. It's called Beachbody On Demand. Look at that pretty blue app. Look how pretty it is. Look at all of the fitness programs. I touched it. I messed it up. You have a library of programs that have been available through Beachbody for the last 10 years, starting with all of the Tony Horton workouts. And they just go on forever. You have nutrition programs to accompany each one. You have a cooking channel called Fixate. And what's really cool is when you go into each of those programs, you're not just like, how do I even start? There is a tab called Program Materials, and it gives you a calendar. On day 1, this is the workout you're doing. Awesome. On day 2, this is the workout you're doing. You have a plan that is simple and proven to work when you show up. The nutrition plan, the same thing. We are giving you a program to simplify nutrition for that program. But here's what I wanted to just talk about. You have this, you have a digital app where you can challenge yourself. It reminds you to work out. It reminds you to log your workouts. It reminds you to drink your Shakeology and take care of your nutrition. So cool for those of you who are like me, who literally set alarms on your phone to remind yourself to eat. Not even kidding, I do that. But guess what? I stay on track. We also are a part of a company that listens and sees growing and changing trends. It really doesn't make sense for you to jump into something if you're only going to do it for that long. This is a lifestyle. And so that's what something like Beachbody On Demand and Beachbody as a company is sharing with you. That fitness is a lifestyle. Healthy is a lifestyle. Healthy is long-term. And so you may have seen the newest program coming out called To Be Mindset. You guys, we're creating something that is long-term. It doesn't have an end date. It's not like a fitness program that you do where you're like, I did it for 21 days, done, and you stop eating well or you stop showing up. It is a program that helps you overcome the guilt, helps you recognize triggers, helps you overcome food shaming, helps you overcome, for me, who still struggles with anorexia tendencies and those funhouse mirrors in my head. It helps me understand that I'm not a dog. I shouldn't treat myself to something. And I can't use exercise to erase the food that I ate that day. Fitness isn't a punishment. It is a gift. Food is something that fuels us. It's not something that we control or that we use as a treat. That program is already changing so many and helping them understand that they have this mindset that needs to change about food, their relationship with nutrition, and that if you take care of that, you actually want to exercise because you feel so great. You have more energy. And it is a lifestyle that has longevity. It never stops. You can go anywhere. You can go to a restaurant. You can visit family, and you're not withholding from yourself, and you're not punishing yourself or saying, I can't do that. I can't have that. So Beachbody also invests in the whole person. We also have programs for kids. We have nutrition for kids because we want everybody to understand that fitness starts at home. We set the example, and those kids, they're watching us. They're cheering you on. Go mommy, go daddy, and they are right there next to you saying, oh, you can do better. You're stronger. And I've seen the funniest videos of kids with parents right there next to them, pushing it out. Because that's what we want, is we want to leave a legacy of we can do this together. But again, I get a little passionate. It starts with you. I told you I started with one program. Now you have access to all of them for less than I paid to start. You can start as a challenger or join us as coaches because you save 25% on Shakeology, the new beach bars, Energize. I just finished 16 ounces of Hydrate because I'd been working out and I was, needed to replenish, and I kind of love Energize just all day long. It's kind of my thing. all natural. We can teach you all about it. We know where everything is sourced. We know where everything comes from. We know the function of everything that we put into our bodies. And I can stand here and tell you that I am super proud to represent a company with such high quality standards. And it's safe for me to have, and I feel safe giving these things to my kids as well. So just wanted to say that. We have Performance Line. We have, like I said, just the new beach bars. But you can join as a challenger. Like I said, join us in one of our groups. Start with day one with us. Some of us are doing 80-day obsession. Some of us are getting ready for the new nutrition program, 2B Mindset. Some are doing 21-day fix. Some are doing hammer and chisel. Do whatever it is that you want because you have access to everything. Or join us as coaches where, like I said, you're going to be using those programs and products anyway. Why not save 25%? What I think is really interesting is people who sign up and they're actually involved in our team and they involve themselves in doing the workouts, people start to see changes in them. And if you're like me, you'll sit down next to somebody at soccer and they'll ask you, well, what are you doing? You look great. I've been doing this program from home. It's pretty awesome. It's kicking my butt. Oh, what is it? And it starts a natural conversation because people are interested when they see positive change. Or I've sat down and I've had Shakeology in my cup and they're like, oh, that smells really good. What is that? Oh, it's Shakeology. I love it. Ugh, I wish I had something like that because I just, went through the drive-through. Oh yeah, what'd that cost you? Yeah, Shakeology is cheaper and it's way better for you. So there's a misconception about shakes and supplements and all that stuff, and we can erase that for you guys if you have questions. But don't leave this webinar tonight without asking the questions that are burning, that you are waiting to ask, because we can actually dispel all the misconceptions and the myths and the rumors and give you the facts. I would love for you guys to join as coaches and start earning commissions because like that soccer conversation, it can turn into a commission. And then if they share with somebody else, they say, oh, my friend wants to join too. Go to my coach. She'll help you. You can join a challenge group with us and you start to earn a commission. And really quickly, because I want to honor your time, just to give you an example of that. And there are various ways to start, but I want you to talk to the person who invited you and they can help you work out the best way for you to get started. Just know that you're not paying any overhead. You're not paying for a storefront. You're not paying to have employees that you're, having to pay a salary for. You're not having to do any home parties or schlep stuff around to people's houses. You don't have to have any inventory stocked in your house because Beachbody takes care of that. Your storefront is right here. Your storefront is right here. Your storefront is anywhere that you want to be. It's a belly-to-belly conversation. It is the time that you put into this and what you want to make of it. I started, like I said, completely blind, had no idea the potential that this business has. And I set big goals. I was told the opportunities that were available to me, to everybody who becomes a coach, and I ran after them. But I think you have to grow into the person ready for those next steps. But if you do everything like Twyla was saying, we have everything for you. It's simple. You just follow the guidelines and you will begin to see growth. That's what I did. So in the first week of being a Beachbody coach, I earned $29.99. I was so excited to get that paper check. And then the next week I earned $54.87. And I was like, ooh, it grew. For this little stay-at-home mom who wasn't earning much before, this was what I was earning. I was really excited. I can't even remember what I did with that money. Probably just deposited in my checking account. The next week I earned zero. What happened there? Not a clue. The next week I earned $180 something. And I was like, oh, what happened? The next week it was $300 and something. And then the next week it was $500 in 1 week. I'd never earned that much in 1 week. My first job was $800 a month as a graphic artist when my husband and I were first married. Then we started having kids. Then I tried to find myself by doing weird things like making diaper bags and painting wooden shoes. No kidding. Not even kidding. And I couldn't find my thing. I couldn't find the thing that was fulfilling for me. They gave me connection. They gave me purpose that kept me moving. this was my thing. And for my husband, who had been a little skeptical, he looked at me and he was like, you made how much in 1 week? Babe, that's 2 car payments. That's both of our car payments. And for me, who was looking for purpose, I knew that I was doing something to help my family. And I was so excited. I was showing up every day. And the reason that it was growing was because I was doing those simple steps that Twyla talked about. Just sharing, adding to my friends list, having conversations, inviting people to believe in themselves, to take the first step, to take a chance. Like Ashley said, come on, just check it out. Come on, you can do it. And if anybody can do it, if we can do it, anybody can do it. I will say that last year, this team, well, I hit a huge milestone, and you can become a part of the Million Club, which means in the last 5 years, my business has earned over $1 million. That's insane because we've moved 3 times. I work my hours. You know, I work when I want to. I work with these ladies. They have their own stories of income growth, and they're still growing. We've hit the biggest milestones that you possibly can hit in this entire business as a team. We're kind of awesome. And I will say that every single day because these ladies, they're powerful little ladies. Don't you underestimate them. They hit goals and crush them, or they set goals and crush them. They are hardworking. They are passionate. They are real. They are raw. We are all so different, and we make sense. So I just didn't want to leave without making sure that you knew the next steps. Decide to join our team. Decide to jump in. Decide that you're ready to make an investment in yourself and you are excited to do something maybe a little bit crazy, maybe a little bit outside of the box, because you know that you're being called to more. Talk to the person who invited you. Believe that this isn't a mistake, that this is being presented to you right now. Maybe you don't think the timing is perfect, but I can't think of a perfect time for anything that's happened to our family and our lives in a really long time. You just roll with it. You just figure it out and you go, well, this is a blessing and I am going to grow through this. The reason we name the team Made to Thrive is because we are. We as people are made to grow. We are made to develop roots and then to branch out. And I just love that visual that as a team, as a community, we have deep roots in each other. We have relationships, we have trust, and we have the opportunity to learn from one another, to get nourishment, if you will. But then what does that do for us as a team? It helps everybody grow. It helps us all learn things about ourselves, branch off in another direction, try something else, but we're always reaching out. The income opportunities are endless, and I don't use that word lightly. I just touched on the income of 25% commission. There are opportunities for bonuses. There are opportunities for you to hit business milestones that you want to go after, and the company actually gives you a portion of the income for each quarter. Sometimes that can be a pretty hefty number with a company that's growing like ours. So I don't know if there are any questions. We have to do this crazy thing where we go to Facebook and look on the page to see if there are any questions that have been asked. If there aren't right now, don't worry. We will come back and we'll answer them because we know it's late and it's like 10 o'clock on the East Coast. So if there are questions, there's lots of comments. Oh, you guys have been on it. Look at you. You guys have been all over it and I'm over here blabbering. So I'm very excited that so many were on tonight, and I hope that in the next couple of days, people will watch this and ask more questions. But I am just so thankful that you guys took the time to be on tonight, girls. Jackie, I hope you feel better. You have the best smile, Ashley. Twyla, miss you. Carrie, you picked the wrong wave. And Amy, next time you're coming with me to Mexico. All right? Love you guys. Hope to see you on our team soon. Peace. All right, wait, don't go off yet. I know we're still recording, but I don't know how to turn it off. All right, are you ready? Hold on. Okay, we're gonna boomerang. Ready? Be crazy. Ready? 1, 2. You didn't do anything. Oh, I didn't press it. That's why. Seriously, technically challenged. Are you kidding me right now? Okay, ready? 1, and move. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's cute. Okay, good night, everybody.